Hello, this is Bobbie25. Today we're going to talk about high heels and how the best way to rig them is. Now we want our high heels to work in Poser along with DAS Studio through DSON. So the way we do that is we want to go ahead and load Genesis. Now I don't model my shoes on this flat foot form. What I always do is I position her feet. I want a 45 by 45 degree angle. "45 on the toes, 45 on the feet. This is the shape that I'll model my high heels on. I'll go ahead and export this and then I'll make my high heels. But for today, I already have high heels and I want to rig them. So what I do is I position her feet again at 45 and 45, 45 foot, 45 toe, minus 45. And I'm going to go up here to the bone tool or the joint editor tool. I want to right click, edit, I want to bake her joints. Now when I restore the figure, it's not going to move. It's now frozen in this position. So I'm going to import my high heels, my right heel, and my left heel. There I are, perfect fit. Now I'm going to go ahead and rig them. Genesis, right heel, accept. Genesis, left heel, accept. Now I want to get rid of extra bones, and that would be the extra toe bones because they're not necessary. Just click on the bone and hit delete. You can click over here and then right click and delete. Just want to go through and delete all the bones. We do make sure to leave the left toe and the right toe. Those are your main toe bones. They're very important to leave those. Now here's where it gets tricky and fun. We'll just say fun. We need to make sure that these will work with DSON. Now granted, just like this, completely rigged, these will work great in DAS Studio by themselves. But to get them to work in Poser, we have to do a few extra steps. So when the foot is bent, because the DSON foot and the DAS Studio foot are just a bit different. So when the foot's bent, the shoes no longer fit properly in Poser, and that's where most people are having a problem, and this is how you fix it. See, now that her bones are frozen, we want to go ahead and move the toe around, and as you see, there's really bad distortion in her back heel, so we're going to go ahead and smooth out those weight maps. And we're going to grab the right toe, go straight to our weight map tool, and that is our rotation, and we're going to strip the weight map out of the back of the heels. We're going to do that with the smooth tool. We're going to change this to 100 and the other one to 50. We're going to hold down the Alt key and just draw a straight line right down the back of the heel. Okay. We're going to do this for every axis. Just hold down the Alt and go straight down the heel. We want to do this on the Y as well and the Z. This stops the heel from being very distorted. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this on the other shoe. Okay, now that we have the back of the heel, all the axes are going ahead and stripped right out. We're going to smooth the weight maps along the heel. We have this one already bent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it the opposite direction, which would be just a 45. Okay. We see where it starts to get distorted the most, so here we go. And we're going to go just smooth around the weight map. Okay, restore the figure. Again, as you'll notice, the figure won't go back to being a flat foot because we do have it frozen. continue to smooth the weight maps, make them look really nice at this degree, this angle. We will end up doing this twice. One to prepare the shoes, that's what we're doing now, and then one to actually rig the shoes. Right now what we're doing is just preparing the shoes. A nice smooth color bleed. And there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this back into a flat foot. So we click on Genesis foot, and we'll do a -45 and then a plain 45 on the toe. So now it's backwards. Okay. And we'll make sure to smooth out again. So it looks really nice in this flat angle. Toggling between Alt and Control, it changes the strength of your brush when you're doing the smooth. That's what I'm doing right here. I want these lines to be nice and clean. We do not want to put this into a sub D quite yet. That will be after we rig it, and right now we're just preparing it for rig. Okay, restore the figure again, because we need these to look perfect at the 45-degree angle and as good as possible when we have it at the flat foot. Okay. Smooth it out right there on the bottom. Okay, let's check to make sure it looks good again. Yes, I know there's some poke through right here. That'll be fixed here very shortly in ZBrush. Okay, these look really good. Now the reason we did this is to prepare the shoe. We're going to export it out in this shape, so when we rig it, it will work back and forth between DAZ Studio and Poser. So I'm going to go over and smooth all the weight maps on this shoe and be right back. Alright, now that our weight map is smooth on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the feet. Okay, looks good, no horrible distortion. Oh, got some down here, want to smooth that out a little bit. There we go, perfect. Okay, we want to go ahead and go to our joint editor tool again. Click Genesis, Edit, Bake Joints. Now do not hit Restore or anything else. Leave it exactly like it is. What we want to do now is right click in our Scene tab, Collapse All. We want to hide Genesis and hide the right heel. Click or select the left heel, go to File, Export, left heel, save. Hide the left heel, activate the right, and export. Okay, now we want to shut DAZ Studio all the way off and reopen it. Now with DAZ Studio rebooted, we want to load one of the heels back in. Let's do the left heel. And as you see, only the left heel came back. It's no longer in the arched position it was modeled. It's now in the flat foot position, and what we're going to do is we're going to rig it by going to Assets, Transfer Utility, Genesis, Left Heel, Accept. Again, you'll have to strip all the toes out. Okay, now that I have all the toes stripped out of my foot, I need to go back and start tweaking the weight maps again by stripping out the weight map. Smooth. This one to 100, this one to 50. Hold your Alt and make a line. Just stripping the weight map out of the shoe on the back of the heel because we don't want that distortion. Now here is where we have to be very, very careful, because as you see, I think I left some of the weight map in the back of this heel. So I'll have to actually, from scratch, do this entire shoe all over again. But I'm just going to show you what we need to get done. Put this at a 45, the toe at a minus 45, because I can fix this little bulge right here in ZBrush. So it's really not that big of a deal. Turn our weight map back on, and we're going to go ahead and smooth our weight map, just like we did before when we were prepping the shoe. So we get nice, straight, fine lines. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw the shoe in and out of ZBrush to take care of my little push right here, and I think I'll even straighten out this edge. So I will select both and hit my ZBrush. Go Z. Alright, now that I'm in ZBrush, I am going to tweak the heel a little bit. I'm going to hit B for brush, M for move, V for validate. I do not need X for symmetry because I only have the one shoe. And I'm going to bring this down, straighten up the look on both sides. Now symmetry would be like the whole left foot to the whole right foot. Here we are. And I need to fix this very back of here. And I'm doing a little masking. And now when I hit Go Z, I'm going to tell it to update base mesh. See? There we are. Now you have just rigged a pair of arched heels to a flat foot. That is the entire process. You would go ahead and do your morphs like I have shown you before on my morph video. So enjoy. Leave feedback if you like.